Live from Fox Providence, this is the Road Show, the place for what's hot and happening. You're having fun, eating well, and living life on the Road Show.
This morning on the Road Show, the secrets of master gardeners. Today we have a lesson on home composting. You say that 3 times. Plus, where you can learn more about using your own green thumb.
Home composting, home composting, home composting.
You didn't do it.
Plus, summer refreshments never tasted so good. We're getting an inside look at the new Pinkberry in Garden City.
And in the kitchen, we are cooking with Atria Quidnick Place, making pan-seared salmon on crostini. You can find the recipe online now at foxprovidence.com.
Good morning. Welcome to the Road Show. It's Wednesday, July 13th. I'm Danielle North.
And I'm Patrick Little.
And I'm Michaela Johnson.
So funny.
Home composting, 3 times fast.
Home composting, home composting, home composting.
It's hard, isn't it? You struggled. Did you? In your head?
I was like, I'm processing.
Compost is
It's breaking down your household waste.
Yeah.
Right.
My husband,
peels
I have to
and
tell
all
you,
that
my husband wants a worm bin. Have you heard of these things?
No.
Worm
It's a bin full of disgusting worms, and you put your food scraps and stuff in this disgusting, slithering bin of worms, and they break it down for you.
So it's like a
The
maggot.
worms are breaking it down for you.
It's like a maggot farm in your
It's
backyard.
disgusting, and I said,
Ew.
Where do you put it?
now
Where do you put it in your house?
we're moving. No, you keep it outside. I'm moving in a couple weeks, and so my husband's like, well, we're gonna have a bigger wooded yard, and so I can get my worm composter. And I was like, heck no, I don't want to look at that thing.
What?
I don't even want to hear it. I could just hear it going.
I put my trash out last week,
Yeah.
and literally, it was gross.
Yeah.
My son walked out to add some extra,
Garbage?
diapers, whatever. Yeah, Connor, take this. You know when you have that last bag that you want to sneak out
Yeah.
before the trash comes? Well, I walked out to the trash can, and there were these little beige, slimy little maggots.
Ow!
All over
God,
the trash.
oh God.
What's the difference
morning,
between that
everyone.
and your
No,
compost?
I think if you asked people, they would say on a scale of grossness, worms are definitely not as bad as maggots.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was
even say the word
nasty.
without.
I had to power wash the garbage cans.
I have to tell you real quick, too, my daughter's science class
This is a great show,
researched
isn't it?
these worm bins,
Yeah.
and there was a contest to see who would win it. Her class won. Now listen to this. We got a note home at the end of school going, we cannot keep the worm bin in school for the entire summer, so we're looking for volunteers to take the worm bin home. I'm like, no!
Did your husband?
No!
Did your husband see that note? 'Cause he
Big
would have
decline.
volunteered.
Yeah, he would have, and I was like, rip that one up, throw that up, pretend he never saw that, so yeah.
That's not
Sorry to
something
get
I
so
would want
gross
to
All
do.
right, let's talk
morning.
about something
Yeah,
else.
Yeah, can't wait
cheerful.
for Pinkberry and the
Yeah.
summer drinks and food
Yeah,
on
there
our
you go.
show today.
I know.
Actually, I was up all night. No,
I know. You had quite the night. Sick
We're
kids,
sort of along the same subject
awake
of
kids.
baby doesn't want to sleep consistently, and my other child was up consistently sick. So, hi.
Patrick is having a rough morning.
No, I'm okay. I'm just fine. I'm
Getting
doing
through
just
it.
fine. I'm
Going through the motions, is it one of those days?
It's,
where
you know, it's just that dog days of summer. You're trying to find stuff for the kids to do.
Yep, I
Camp's
know.
too darn expensive to send them away for 2 weeks. And they're hanging around the
too
house.
Counting
and
down the days
it's
till
like,
August
when does
31st.
school start? Is that so bad already? No, I'm kidding, kids. I love you.
No, there's a lot to do, though, and, the weekend's only 2 days away now, so we'll make it past the hump day hump, right?
Yeah. The hump day hump.
Hump day hump. That's our favorite saying from our traffic guy, so.
What's going on in your world?
My world.
You get a new hairdo?
Yes, you
I
did.
did.
You like the lid? The salad?
I
salad.
did. The salad.
You get a tight shot of her bucket?
It looks good.
Now it's a bucket?
No.
I know. I don't like your terms.
No,
Look
just
at
one of
that.
those.
Oh, look at that tight shot.
Hey.
Yeah.
No,
A
you know,
little
one of
lighter?
those things,
A little summer.
little lighter,
Blondie sprinkle there?
It was a blondie sprinkle, yeah, for this summer. It was one last light-in before, the next time around we're gonna have to start darkening.
We got to start darkening for fall. We'll be eating our pumpkin pie before we know it, so.
Yep.
All right, I wash those grays away too, Michaela. Once in a
you?
while, every 6 weeks. No need to get the tight
Did
shot.
we get his bucket?
There's
now?
a few in there. We don't need the tight shot, so.
There's the bucket.
There's
Grays
a few.
are coming in.
Oh, this side.
See that? Look at that.
It's a sign of being distinguished, Patrick. It comes with the territory.
Or wicked smart, right?
Wicked smart,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so you were saying you want some good news. You're tired of talking about worms and other things.
Gray
so.
hair and worms.
Yeah, so we get some good news for busy Kennedy Plaza in Providence.
Okay.
City has actually won a $200,000 federal grant for public arts, and it's going to be used for the transit hub.
Nice.
Providence Mayor Angel Taveras announced the grant yesterday. The money is going to go towards making Kennedy Plaza a more inviting, vibrant public space. Among the events planned, performances of Shakespeare, presentations by the Rhode Island Philharmonic, festival ballet, and even water fire. How are they going to bring water fire to the Plaza there? I'd like to know that.
All right, let me play devil's advocate here for a minute.
Oh, no.
I'm not quite sure that those things are what some of the people you see in Kennedy Plaza are interested in.
I would agree.
And I'll just leave it
But
at
maybe that'll bring a new demographic.
that. Have you ever ridden a public transit on a bus?
See, it's no, because you would have said yes if it was yes.
I can't even remember the last.
So
I mean,
it's
I'm
no.
sure when I was
Have you?
younger.
I've been to Kennedy Plaza
wasn't
many
the question.
times.
That
Yes, I
wasn't the
have. I've been on a Ripta bus before.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
I just wondering.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy music? Philharmonic?
No, but and that's the other thing. I don't know why. I think it's kind of a waste of money.
Nobody's in a
'Cause
good
it
mood
doesn't
anyway when they
matter.
go to
It
a
does-
Kennedy
right,
Plaza. They
and
just want to get on the bus and get to where they're going.
Nobody.
But maybe they're
It
trying to
doesn't matter
uplift.
the demographic either. Like that's just get that out of the picture. Like you're waiting to just go somewhere. Like you
Right.
don't need to be entertained. You've got your smartphone.
You don't go there to
you
hang
got
out, you're
whatever.
going there to get
Right, you just
from
want
one
to go
place to
somewhere.
another.
Here's
So-
my thing. There's enough people hanging out in Kennedy Plaza that
Right.
are just hanging out. Why
Right.
bring more attention to hanging out at a
Right.
place where people should
Yeah,
be hanging
I
out?
don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see. Maybe Tavares will explain more about what it's going to do, and maybe it could be a good thing. So
Okay.
this next thing is a good thing, though. What you're about to read.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pointing at me. This next thing
Your
is a
script.
good thing. Oh,
Read
okay.
it out. Move over.
Move over, chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. Healthier kids menus are coming to chain restaurants.
That's great.
How am I doing so far?
Great. At least
Okay.
15,000 restaurants are doing this.
Yeah, at 19 big chains, including Burger King, Chili's, and Friendly's, they're announcing today that they're going healthier. The restaurants will focus on more servings of fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and low-fat dairy. Items will also have less fats, sugars, and sodium. Others on board, au bon pain, au bon pain,
Pen.
au bon pain,
Oh, bon pain.
and Cracker Barrel. Guess who's not on board?
Mickey D's.
McDonald's not taking part.
Well, here's the problem, though. It's good, but you know what's going to happen is
No.
they're going to provide healthier options, but then the other not-so-healthy options are still going to be on there, and what are kids going to pick?
Yeah. French fries.
I still
over-
want the chicken nuggets and french fries with my soda. You know what I mean? So it's the parents who have to say,
Right.
no, you need the healthier option.
I don't go to those places to eat healthy.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, I guess.
Yeah, I
but,
agree. Yeah.
Not
But you know
counting
what,
calories
though?
all the
There are
time.
lots of people who eat there frequently, and it's sad and unfortunate that some of these kids are eating there multiple times a week. So maybe if they add some of these things to the item, at least, 1 or 2 times a week, maybe they're getting something better. I don't know.
Back in the days when I was a more of a party animal, when I'd get out more, and be amongst the late night folks, and there was nothing better in college than after a wild night
Getting
than going to get
double
Cheeseburger.
cheeseburger.
a number
and
2
Oh my
supersized
gosh.
with the biggest soda, and it was just a grease fest,
That was
absorbing all of
Yeah.
the natural nastiness that had
Do you remember when they
been
used to
consumed
have
the
the
night before.
chicken fajita value meal? Do
No,
you remember that?
no.
Oh, I used to get that all the time.
I'm loyal to the 2 cheeseburger meal.
Or the double cheeseburger. Do you ever just get
No,
the
the
double
2. I
cheeseburger?
needed the
you
2.
want 2
Yeah.
cheeseburgers. Okay.
I like those
creature of
little
habit.
mini burger bundles too. The little ones are so cute.
I used to, when I was younger, my sisters would get cheeseburgers, and for some reason, I didn't get them.
We can
so I
tell.
would ask for a no, but I would ask for a cheeseburger without the cheese, just so that I could feel like I was ordering the cheeseburger. It was really a hamburger.
instead of really hamburger.
Now that you're a triathlete, you
yeah.
don't eat that
I know.
garbage.
Look at you, you're like,
She's getting
all
mad
right,
at me again.
enough. We gotta stop teasing her about her muscles. All right, a lot of people talking about this story today. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by this. Netflix.
I'm not. Everything
is
costs more.
All right, maybe I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of bummed because I was actually thinking of joining. Now I'm not. Maybe not going to do it. But Netflix is raising prices. Subscribers are not happy. Gone is the $10 a month plan that lets customers rent a movie at a time and stream unlimited movies over the internet. Customers will now have to pay 60% more.
Oh,
What the
please.
heck? Can't you just go up an increment here? Nearly $16 a month for the new plan, which combines the $8 a month streaming only service with a new $8 a month DVD rental.
I give up.
But you know what?
I know, seriously.
Still cheaper.
Still cheaper than going to the movies. Still a lot
It is.
cheaper.
It's not a bad deal, but you know what?
The movies is a robbery. You go there with a family
I just
of 4,
went- I took-
forget it.
oh,
$100.
I spent $70 on a matinee the other day. Almost like I was like, huh? My credit card was on fire.
Yeah.
I know.
Was that before you
Stick
ate?
to Redbox.
No, that was included, but it was a matinee. Normally, matinees are supposed to be cheaper, right?
And you have kids under a certain age, it's supposed
Yeah, it
to be
was
cheaper.
$70. I was like, excuse me? Excuse me,
Was it a good
$70?
movie?
Yes, it was. I saw Monte Carlo. Anybody with girls, like young kids? Oh, I loved it. I even said to my kids, I'd go again. That's how much I liked it. It was adorable.
Spend another $7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning to you, Courtney. Well, we started off the show with worms and maggots and
Oh, stop!
my sick children, and it's progressively getting better. I hope everything's okay over where you are.
It is, and it's free over here. And
Yay.
we have good news, as usual, the New England Tech Center. I'm live blogging on foxprovidence.com. And if you've been joining us all summer long, the Roadshow has been on the road each Friday. We bring you live reports from different local destinations, and you actually can get in on the action by helping us decide where to go for our last stop, which will be Friday, September 9th. So should we be live from your city or town, where's your favorite local spot? You can tell us about the hidden gems in your neighborhood and why we should head there. Better yet, you can actually show us. So what you can do is upload a photo with your submission. It's simple to enter. You're just going to tell us where we should make our last stop for the Summer's On the Road series and tell us why. One winner will be randomly chosen from those who enter. So some submissions and location suggestions will be posted on foxprovidence.com for voting. Here's the page. I think we have about 20 or so up there already. You can read about them and vote. So viewers who vote on their favorite location will actually have a chance to win a Roadshow prize pack full of gear and items from your favorite morning show. And the viewer who submits the winning suggestion will win a $1,000 gift card good to Cardi's Furniture. So that's a great prize. So check out the submissions that are already on there. You can vote, and we'll see where we head on September 9th. But for now, we're going to head into the kitchen. Patrick, what's cooking today?
Well, Chef Steve Runshaw is here from the Atria Quidnick Place, which is right near the fire department there in Portsmouth, Route 138.
Right up the hill, downtown Portsmouth, across from Clements Market.
That's right, exactly. I'm sure, are they all watching?
They're all watching. Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Nice
everybody.
to see you.
Yes, and now we get to experience what you get to experience on a daily basis is some great food. And this morning you have some salmon, right?
We're having pan-seared salmon with a watercress mayonnaise on a crostini, seasoned with Beaumont seasoning, topped with pea sprouts.
Wow. Those people eat well over there.
They do. They deserve it.
They deserve it. Now, there's many ways to prepare salmon. I mean, I joke often that I do it on the George Foreman grill and make a mess out of it. Why did you choose this way? And is this the folks like it?
Well, traditionally, salmon, when I used to work in Newport, is always poached.
Okay.
And poached is boring now. It's not. So now everything is a pan sear. You get a good crispy outside, and the seals in the, especially with salmon because of the good fat that's in salmon.
Right.
It seals it inside, and that way the nutrition value stays.
Nice. All right, we're all about nutrition and eating well here on the Road Shows. Chef Steve, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Hello again to all the folks there in Portsmouth. More from the kitchen coming up in a bit. You can find the recipe and the ingredients online at foxprovidence.com.
All right, so if you ever wanted to utilize your green thumb, but you weren't sure how, well, here is your chance, because this weekend, the URI Master Gardener Association is hosting secret garden tours, including tips on how to compost at home. And joining us this morning with more information on that, Earl Perkins. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
I'm excited to talk about this composting. As you probably heard me say, my husband is very intrigued by all of this. But before we get to that, tell us about these tours this weekend.
Well, I'd be glad to.
This
is our 5th tour.
Okay.
We do it every 2 years, and this happens to be the poster
for it. Yeah.
And it's $15 for both days, and we have 32 gardens all over the state.
Okay.
So we're the only group that can actually do the whole state because we have such a group
So these
of
are
master gardeners.
people's private homes, and they're just letting you come and check it out.
Yes, and we also have some public gardens that are open. For example, the Chet Clayton Rose Garden down at the university is one that is beautiful.
Great.
And this is the ticket, basically, and what the ticket does, it has all the directions, and it tells you where to go, and I'm sure a lot of people tell you where to go, but anyway.
Yeah.
And it gives you the directions and the different types of gardens that are available for people to visit. And it's a lot of fun.
Well, good. We wanted to get to some of the tips that you're going to provide this weekend, too, about trying to compost at home. For people who are not familiar with it, Earl, how does it work? How do you get started?
Well, actually, it's very, very easy to do. A lot of people think that it is difficult. It is not. I think monetarily, you know, we're going to save you a lot of money by doing this.
Yeah.
It's very simple. We don't want our landfill
Right.
to be getting bigger and bigger, which it seems to be.
So what do you just take your
So-
basic household waste and you're kind of
Yes.
trying to break it down, right?
That's exactly true. Now, of course, we have the two basic engines.
Okay.
One is the brown, which is basically a carbon, and obviously in the fall we have a lot of leaves. In the summertime we have the nitrogen and using the greens. However, you know, you can use old plants,
Okay.
even in the wintertime.
Explain to people what they can put in a composter. You know, for example, after you eat dinner. I mean, what can you put food? I mean, what can you put in there?
I just happen to have.
There you go.
I brought our garbage so that you could see. There's all kinds of stuff in there. There's lettuce. There's coffee. Coffee grounds. An old paper towel. There are all kinds of things you can put in.
Yep.
And you can just put that and save it and put it into your compost, and it really works very well. And you're keeping stuff out of the landfill, which is very important.
These are some of the items that you cannot put in these examples of things right here? Or,
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, any kind of meat product, fish, whatever, are not good to put in. You know, an old coffee cup, that's styrofoam, not a good one.
And then this is what it looks like after what you said about 6 months to a year. You get that nice soil, huh?
That's exactly true. And if you look at that, that is very good soil, and it smells very earthy.
It does smell earthy. Earl, some great tips on this see, I can't even say it again. Home composting. There we go. We thank you for joining us, and for more information about the garden tours that Earl mentioned, you can find the info at foxprovidence.com.
Well, Danielle, Earl and I were talking about how great the weather looks for this weekend, and we're looking at some decent weather today, too. It's still on the hot side, but not nearly as humid as what we had yesterday, and the temperatures won't be quite as hot either. The view from CityCam, we start the day with lots of sunshine. Clouds will start to mix in, and by afternoon, we may see a shower or thunderstorm pass through some communities. It's all in response to that drier and more comfortable air that's still trying to work its way in. Already some showers and storms breaking out across central PA early this morning, along and ahead of some cooler air. And as we get into that later on today, just keep an eye to the sky. It's not the sort of afternoon shower or thunderstorm that's going to force you to cancel your plans, but one that may just cause a brief interruption. 87, the temperature at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 88 at 3, and at 5 in the evening heading home from work, you may be driving through one of those storms. Down in Narragansett, we're going to keep skies mostly sunny for much of the day. 83 at 1 o'clock, 84 under partly sunny skies at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and even down to the coastline by late afternoon and evening, there may be a few thunderstorms around. We do have a refreshing day on the way for tomorrow, and temperatures overnight will be nice and comfortable as well. And I'll talk about all of that coming up a little later in the show. Michaela?
Thanks, Michelle. Today on the road home, we're talking about the 8th Southcoast Artists Open Studio Tour. And joining me this morning is Kelly Malukas, president of the Southcoast Artists, along with Nairobi and Ben from Cardi's, here to talk about all the great events coming up. Good morning to you all.
Morning, morning.
Good morning. All right, we got a lot going on here today. Lots of guests, lots of things. Ron, tell us about this unique tour.
Well, I'll tell you, we're proud to be involved with them, and there's going to be 74 artists in this tour, and you can bring kids, grandkids, and the entire family out. It's a wonderful family event. They're going to have food, and it's going to be this coming weekend. They're also going to do it again in August. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to get out and see all these artists and to be involved in the art community and learn a lot about what they do and how talented these folks are.
Absolutely. Now, Ben, Ron kind of touched upon it before of how you can bring kids, and there's a way for kids to get involved in this.
There's a great way for kids to get involved. It's really for the whole family. If you come into any of our Cardi's locations, we have these maps and these family guides. And these guides here actually get the kids involved. It teaches them how to ask the questions that the artists ask, different mediums that they use.
Wow.
And then with the maps, you actually, one of the lost arts now is map reading. Okay. Everybody's got their GPS. So you can actually, the map is excellent. It points out all the locations, including great places to eat and grab a drink on the tour. So it's all local, and it's a lot of fun.
That's perfect. Kelly, tell us about some of the artists that will be there and what people can experience.
Absolutely. Well, there's going to be 74 artists on the tour in 45 locations over the 2 weekends.
Wow.
There are extraordinary studios on this tour, and most of them are closed. The map that you reference does have ways to reach the artists all throughout the year, but this is the opportunity to wind down those gorgeous dirt roads and into those beautiful gardens and studios to see them. Over those 74 artists, there's a variety of media. Pretty much every media is represented. We've got painting, expressionism, impressionism, traditional abstract, a wonderful inspired storyteller, Don Carteret. There's fine art photography and caustic portraits.
Wow.
which are
Very
really beautiful.
impressive.
I'm wearing...
I was going to say, I love your necklace. That looks handmade, is that
It's
right?
handmade.
Okay.
One of our artists, Susan Barker, makes this and another piece here, and then she works in her studio with her daughter doing beautiful silver bracelets. One of our painters, Sarah Fielding Gunn, does acrylics, and this happens to be a piece of mine. There will also be free demonstrations each weekend, and you can go on our website at southcoastartists.org to download the schedule, and you'll see a variety of techniques being exhibited, art forms from beginning to the end of paintings and jewelry and furniture making. So
Oh, there we go.
We'll have
yes,
to,
we'll
That
have to
furniture
check
gonna
that
be
out.
somewhere.
Making, there's fabric, there's everything.
Excellent. Now, Pete, another great event that Cardi's is involved in is this classic car cruises throughout the summer. How's that going?
It's going great. We do it at 3 locations right now. We're at Route 2 West Warwick, we're in Swansea, and up in Braintree. And when you drive down the road and you see these antique cars, you go, boy, I'd really like to get up close to those cars, but you don't know where to do it. You can go to our website, find out when the car cruises are, and stop by and see it. Just like the artists, this is the opportunity to get involved and to see. You drive by these places, you see the little art shop, or you see that little place, but you can't get in because maybe they don't have the hours of a big gallery.
Right.
These are all independent operators. They're wonderfully talented. Kelly was telling us off camera that these people are nationally known, some internationally, but this is an opportunity where you know they'll be there, you can meet them, just like the cars, come by and say hello. And of course, come by and buy some furniture. It's Christmas in July, so we still have a few weeks of that.
There you go. Sounds great. Thank you all for joining us this morning. For more information on these events from Cardi's, head to foxprovidence.com.
And still to come this morning on the Roadshow, we're back in the kitchen with Atria Quidnick Place making that pan-seared salmon. You can find the recipes right now at foxprovidence.com.
Plus, first airlines, now restaurants are children going too far. Are they not? Let me try that again. First it was airlines, now it's restaurants. Are children bands going too far? I'm mad. We're going to talk about it next in The Buzz. You're watching the Roadshow here on Fox Providence. It's affecting me personally. We're back in 90 seconds.
Welcome back to the Roadshow. This morning in The Buzz, a restaurant in Pennsylvania is gaining international attention. Hey, I'm actually going to Pennsylvania next week. Maybe I'll go to this restaurant. They announced that they'll be banning children under 6.
No, you won't be.
All my kids are 6 and above now, I just realized. So I could go to this restaurant.
There you go.
That makes me old. Anyway, the owner of the restaurant says parents of noisy and unruly kids are impolite and selfish to others, and that's why he's instituting the new policy. He said there is nothing wrong with babies and toddlers, but you just can't control their volume. Now, many people have been voicing their opinions on both sides on this ban. Take a look.
There is such a pent-up disgust and frustration with this issue in terms of people that have had meals disturbed, and no one has taken the forefront on this issue.
Some parents allow their children just to run around the restaurant, and from a service standpoint, when you're carrying large trays of food, it can be kind of a nuisance to have the children running around, you know, not sitting at the table.
I do believe that people have preferences, and if they want to ban kids from restaurants, I don't think that they should be condemned for that necessarily. But
and what's your preference?
My preference is to go to a restaurant with no kids.
See? So this isn't the first time we've heard something like this. Just a few weeks ago, Malaysia Airlines announced it would ban infants from flying in first class because other passengers complained it was too noisy. All right, what do you think, Patrick? You look like you're like upset and angry. Are you angry?
No, I mean, I get it. You know, but I'm looking at that restaurant. It's not exactly the Capitol Grill I'm looking at there. I mean, it look like some dive greasy spoon.
I don't think it's a dive greasy spoon.
Well, you let me know after you go next week when you go down there.
Right.
But, you know, it's got a driving range attached to it.
Yeah.
You know, we're not talking about fine dining here. You know, you want people to go hit balls at your driving range. Chances are there's going to be some kids there. You know, I get that. And, you know, listen, I have kids. And I know they annoy me sometimes at the restaurant. I can only imagine what it does to people that don't have kids. But don't go to restaurants where there's going to be kids. If you want to eat out and have a nice dinner, go, you know, somewhere on the hill after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but maybe there's no other options in that town. Like,
might be a fun place to
you know
live.
what I'm saying? Like maybe it's like one of the better places to go. And I think he has an absolute valid point. Parents let their kids do whatever in restaurants sometimes, and I, as a mother of 3, sit there horrified at the behavior of some of these kids, and I think it is not fair to people who are spending, even if you're at like a, you know, a basic, I'm going to just like a Cello's or a Greg's, for example, where a lot of people with kids go, but you're spending $60, $70 on dinner, and it's horrible because you get some kid, you know, pounding his fist on the table and throwing food and running around, and it's not fair.
That's
let's
when
hear
it's
from
up
the
to the
person who
parents.
doesn't have any kids.
That's when I feel like
gets
that's when it's up to the parents. You need to either take them outside. You need to somehow. And I realize that there are plenty of times where you can't control it as much as you want, but it needs to get to a point where
you have to be considerate of the other diners.
Exactly.
Too,
You're taking that risk too when you bring your whole family out to dinner. Can they handle it? You know, are they at that age where they can handle themselves in a public setting and things like that?
I wonder about an all-out ban. It does seem a little unfair because maybe that is one of the only options in town, and then people with kids, you know.
Once they see how it affects their business and their bottom line, I have a feeling that ban
How
won't
about a
last very long.
kids-free night? Because think about it,
Sure,
restaurants do
yeah.
kid nights where they like encourage kids to come and eat for free or eat for less. So why don't you do a no kids night?
That's an option.
And then you make everybody happy. You know what I mean?
Well, and the other thing too is, what was I going to say? I lost. Oh, we were talking about this earlier with Michelle. That sometimes people go out to dinner with their kids at like 8:30 at night.
And you think
what
you're
kid
safe?
around under the age of 10 functions normally after 8 o'clock at night? I don't function normally after 8 o'clock at night, but you can't keep a kid still in a booth at 8:30 at night. So, maybe a time limit. No kids allowed after.
I'll tell you this, I could go for a kid-free meal later today. I don't know about any of you at home, but I might go to that restaurant. I need a little break.
Mother of the year.
The midsummer funk some days, you know what I mean? What? It's just an honest thing.
This is someone who just found out that one of her kids doesn't want to go to camp today. That means she's got to go home and entertain her.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one today. All right, Courtney, how's everything in your neck of the woods?
Children.
It's good. Being a parent's a hard job, isn't it?
It is.
It's really hard. It's true story. We have a lot of parents on the live blog, and they're sharing what it's been like when they've taken kids to restaurants or the kind of restaurants they like to dine in. I do like that time idea that we should all instate that in restaurants. But here's what Jean says on the live blog. She says, hooray for that restaurant. If parents can't control their kids in public, then somebody should. She said a couple of unruly children should not be allowed to spoil nice dinners for an entire restaurant. And Zalman said, finally getting away from your own kids for a quiet dinner with your spouse and sitting next to a noisy kid is the worst. And then Joey B said, if you don't like the environment, then eat at home. Here is the poll right underneath the live blog. We're asking, what do you think about children being banned from businesses or places? A, it's flat out wrong and discriminatory, or B, I feel more places should be child-free. Lots of people sounding off on our Facebook page. Quite a few comments, both sides of the fence as usual. Rhonda Correll says, I understand that children can be distracting, but I would rather be in a restaurant with them than the loud drunks at the bar. And Mary Butel says, there is a time and place for everything. Some restaurants are not the place for children. So if you want to vote in the poll, we will see if you guys all agree with this Pennsylvania restaurant. We'll have those results at the end of the show. But for now, we're going into our kitchen. I think it's kid-free today. Danielle, what's going on?
Yeah, no kids in the kitchen today. We have Chef Stephen Runshaw with us from Atria Quidnick Place.
Danielle,
Thank you
nice
for
to see
joining
you.
us. And
Thank
we're
you.
making our salmon crostini, which, we were talking about this could be a nice appetizer or a first course.
It is. Generally, when I worked in Newport on the Avenue, that was the first course. Salmon was always the first course.
Nice summer dish. We like that.
So we're going to, if you like, you can help. You can
I would love to
throw
help.
in the bread.
So we're using, was this like a baguette, French
It's a baguette,
Yep.
French baguette.
Okay.
We're going to saute the crostini because that way they're crispy on the outside and tender on the inside.
Okay.
And we're going to season it with Beaumont seasoning.
What's that?
It's an interesting mix of allspice, nutmeg, cinnamon, pepper.
Yeah.
And it works. It plays with the fish.
Ooh.
And
What's it called again?
Beaumont.
Beaumont. So it's
For the French.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I
Now,
think
is this
it's
something that you can
good
buy
world.
already
You can
made
buy
like
it.
that?
You
Okay.
can buy it.
All right. It smells yummy.
Try to buy it. You probably make a pie with it.
Yeah, I was going to say it smells like coton. Like
It does.
Yeah, okay. And what about this?
That's salt and pepper.
Oh, that's for later.
That's for later.
Okay, that's your basic salt
That's
and
for
pepper. Nothing
basic
fancy
salt and
there.
pepper.
Okay.
Kosher salt, of course.
Do we want to season both sides of this after you flip it, or
No, with just one side because it's a hint that's in the back. It's on the back of your palate on top of the salmon.
Okay.
And we'll turn these.
All right, I'm going to let you turn those over,
Okay.
and we are going to send things back over to you. We'll get this wrapped up in just a minute.
We'll be here.
All right, still ahead this morning on the Road Show. We're taking you on the job to a local company with a lot of flexibility that's hiring right now. Plus, the season of summer cookouts is well underway. We have some fun cocktail recipes to impress your guests with. Stay with us.
But before we go to break, head to foxprovidence.com now and click on the Save Now Providence link for the Roadshow Deal a Day. Every morning we'll offer you an incredible bargain on things you'll love. Today's deal is from Centro Martini. You can get a $25 voucher for half price. Check it out and sign up for more deals right now on foxprovidence.com.
On the job this week, one of the country's oldest travel agencies is hiring, and it's located right here in Rhode Island. Melissa Sardelli has all the details.
If you love to travel and are seeking a career with lots of flexibility, a Cranston company is hiring, and the sky or the sea's the limit.
Started back in 1972, Cruise Brothers is getting ready to celebrate its 40th anniversary. And as the times change, so does the business.
We have people from all over the country working from home on commission selling cruises. And because the internet makes it really simple now, they can get everything they need at home and sell to their friends and relatives.
Although agents are not eligible for health, dental, or retirement benefits, some say the travel makes up for it.
I've been to Europe the past 3 summers. Last fall we went to Europe. We just did a transatlantic crossing. My children, who are now 25 and 16, have grown up traveling.
The positions are solely commission-based, something that can be very challenging at first.
In the beginning, it was difficult because, you know, without a client base, it's, you know, you're just making whatever you sell. And in the beginning, it's a little difficult.
Job availability is both full and part-time, in the office or from home.
It's full-time if to the people who want to work. It's a commission basis, so some people work 80 hours a week, some people work 20 hours a month. It just depends what it is you'd like to get out of it. Some people book 2 cabins a year, some people do this full-time and do hundreds of cabins a year.
Both the young and old are finding success in the travel industry.
We have people from, my son is now 17 selling cruises all the way up to 81.
I always like to say that they put the fun in dysfunction, but the people that work here are very nice. I mean, that is one of the reasons why I come back every single day.
And if you're interested in starting a career in travel, just head to our website, foxprovidence.com. For the Roadshow, I'm Melissa Sardelli.
All right, Melissa, thanks. Well, with the dog days of summer in full swing, we all need some refreshing ways to cool us down. And joining us this morning is Mark Littles, right?
Yes.
From Barefoot Wine. And we're so excited to try 3 new summer cocktails. All of them are being made with some of your Barefoot products.
Absolutely.
And we're starting, I'm looking at this right now in this picture. You have an awesome sweet red sangria.
I do.
Oh, I love sangria.
Thank you.
And
yeah.
is this a nice, pretty easy recipe to make at home?
It's very simple.
Yeah.
So we're going to start, first of all, with Barefoot Sweet Red.
Sweet red, okay.
It's 2 parts sweet red.
Okay.
And then you're going to mix in a little bit of orange juice. And you're going to top it off finally with some Barefoot Bubbly to give it a little bit of fizz.
And that's it.
And all you have to do is mix in a little bit of lemon and lime and you're good to go.
Okay, a little bit of fruit and then you get that nice taste right in there mixed in. All right, this
Exactly.
next one you were telling me is your favorite of the day. What are we calling this next one?
So this is the Moscato Sunrise. If you go on barefootwine.com/recipes, there are hundreds of recipes you can find, and this is pretty much the fan favorite out there.
Okay.
So it's pretty simple. We're going to start with some ice in the
And
glass.
it is morning time, so it's appropriate that we're having our sunrise drink, right?
Exactly, exactly. Well, the good thing about these recipes is they're made from wine, so most cocktails that you would make
Yeah, you
would
need
generally have liquor, and you
Right.
can only have a couple of those. But during the summer,
Exactly.
these are good because you can have, you know, celebrate by the poolside.
All right, so you're using your Moscato white.
This is Barefoot Moscato.
Okay.
It's a sweet white wine, and what we're going to do is we're going to mix in a little bit of lemon lime soda.
Okay.
And we're just going to top it off with a tiny bit of pineapple.
Oh my gosh, that sounds wonderful.
And that's it. And then
And you have a colorful straw?
I do have a
Put that
straw.
in there. We'll try that after.
And to top it off, a little bit of lime right on the side, and you're good to go.
Good to go. And you picked a pink straw just for me, so I'll try that. Next is your Barefoot Mojito.
Yes.
I like how we're calling it Mojito. And what are we putting in there?
So this is with mojito, obviously, is a pun on
Exactly, on your Barefoot.
on the
yeah.
Barefoot. And a regular mojito is made with rum. This is going to be made with sparkling Moscato.
Okay.
So we're going to do the juice of a lime. We're going to take some freshly chopped mint.
Our muddled mint, yep.
Absolutely. We're going to take some, actually some sugar, just a little bit of sugar there.
Okay.
And throw some ice in.
I've never actually tried one without using rum. This should be pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. And then finally,
Your Moscato?
Yep.
Is that what we're using?
Yep, we're going to top it off with our Moscato Spumante from Barefoot Bubbly.
Nice.
And this is
okay.
our #1 selling champagne.
All right, well, listen, cheers to you, Mr. Littles. We appreciate you sharing these
Thank
wonderful
you.
recipes with us. And again, you can find all the recipes just mentioned, foxprovidence.com.
I have a feeling Danielle is going to be out there for a while. Coming up next on the Road Show, summer heat calls for a refreshing treat, and we know just the place, taking you inside the new Pinkberry at Garden City. And later, we are back in the kitchen with Atria Quidnick Place making pan-seared salmon. Find today's recipe online right now at foxprovidence.com. You're watching the Road Show here on Fox Providence. Like I said, she's going to be out there for a while. Stay with us.
All right, it's time to go inside TMZ for all the latest from Hollywood. Joining us live on the show is Dax Holt. Good morning, Dax. And let's get right to some of the headlines. Rodney King, there's a name we have not heard in a long time. You guys found out yesterday he was detained for a DUI investigation. What's the latest?
Yeah, and then found out that he was actually later arrested for suspicion of DUI. He was in Moreno, California yesterday, driving around 3:30 p.m. and apparently he had multiple infractions. And so the cops just pulled him over as a routine stop.
Yeah.
They didn't suspect DUI. He wasn't swerving like crazy or anything like that. And next thing you know, as they were talking to him, they're like, something seems off here. And so that's when they decided to check into a little bit more, took him into the police station. They're not saying what they think he was on, so I don't know if that was, drugs or alcohol or what it is, but they tested him and said, okay, yep, you are now being arrested. And keep in mind, he was also arrested back in 2003 for another DUI where he was, I think, on PCP and drove 100 miles an hour into a pole and into a house.
Wow.
So this is not, not just another run-in with cops like in the past.
Right. All right. So let's try that again. You have some news about actress Halle Berry. I guess she has a restraining order against an alleged stalker, but you found out some pretty scary details about these confrontations.
Yeah, so this is the stalker that jumped into her house over the wall 3 times, 3 days in a row. It was Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. And Monday they finally caught this guy. But she says that she was out in her garage that she's made into a salon. She decided she was thirsty, wanted to go into the house, which is detached. So she walks outside, opens up the sliding glass door, turns around and closes it, and then felt like someone was standing behind her. She turns around. The guy is standing right on the other side of the glass, about a foot away from her, staring at her. She says she locked the door, ran all the way upstairs, slamming every single door behind her, calling the cops to get them out there. And she just said she was completely freaked out, so obviously filed for this restraining order, says that she feels like her life, her family's well-being is in danger if this guy is anywhere around her.
Wow, that is pretty scary stuff. All right, well, Dax, thanks for the updates on both those stories, and you can catch TMZ right here on Fox Providence at 7 p.m. Or for more information on any of those headlines, head to foxprovidence.com.
All right, well, if you haven't heard the news, Pinkberry is now in Garden City. And if you love frozen yogurt, wait until you taste this. From swirling yogurt to outrageous toppings, we're giving you an inside look at Pinkberry. Pinkberry is spreading across the East Coast and just recently opened their doors to Rhode Islanders.
It's the first store in Rhode Island. We started in West Hollywood, and then we grew to New York, and then slowly but surely we're actually growing globally.
If you haven't heard of Pinkberry, it's frozen yogurt like you've never seen before.
So our yogurt is made with non-fat milk, hormone-free, and we also have non-fat yogurt inside, which really makes it that craveable flavor.
Once you're inside, you'll be craving one of the many flavors, but choosing just one is harder than it looks.
We have 6 flavors. Our original, of course, is the perfect balance of tart and sweet, but we also have mango, coconut, watermelon, and then our 2 indulgent flavors are salted caramel and chocolate. Very tasty.
When it comes to swirling a cup of your favorite flavor, it takes some practice.
It's important for us at Pinkberry that we really set the stage for all the toppings, and so we make a loop around, and we fill in the middle, and then swirl it right up. One direction, all the way to the edge, keep to the edge, fill in the middle, swirl it right up. Not bad. Now close it off. Hey, all right.
Pretty good,
Look
right?
at that. You're hired.
Hey, very nice. Let's do it like this.
Yeah, that's the way to eat it right there. Just take the top right off.
I don't even need a spoon. After making its way into the dish, it's time for toppings. And if you thought choosing a flavor was tough, good luck. Everything from fresh fruit to brownies and even fortune cookies. See what it says. You break it, you own it. Can make their way onto your yogurt. With countless options, it was time to mix and match some of our own. First up, the original. Then, salted caramel topped with salt and more caramel, plus some crispy crepe.
Wow. Oh, that's good. Watermelon in watermelon. Nice, I like it. All this fresh fruit. Now, all your ingredients are fresh every day, right?
That's right. We hand cut all of our fruit every single day.
Followed by a Chocoholics Dream, chocolate yogurt with brownies, cookies, Belgian chocolate shavings, and more.
I'm gonna be up until like 4 in the morning.
That one's going down a bit faster than the others.
And finally, a twist of mango and coconut with an interesting topping.
Captain Crunch. A little breakfast in the morning.
And the best part, there's no limit to the number of toppings you get, just as long as they fit in the cup.
They say as many toppings that you can fit in the cup.
That's right.
So how many toppings can they fit?
With dozens of toppings to fit in the cup, the pressure was on, but Pinkberry employees were confident that Peter could get it done.
There it is! He did it! This is gonna be like the new special on the board. We'll just call it the Michaela. It's an all-in-one, one's around the horn, something for everyone.
In addition to the classic dish of yogurt, Pinkberry also offers smoothies, parfaits, and waffle cones.
I'm making a mess.
It's all right. You have to make a mess with a cone that good.
We're gonna have to schedule more shoots with you guys.
You can come over
What's the best
anytime.
egg?
And if you want to try all of the flavors and toppings like I did, swing by Pinkberry in Garden City. For more about what's swirling at Pinkberry, head to foxprovidence.com.
Look great, and so does this. In the kitchen this morning, we're going to cook up some salmon. Stay with us.
Back in the Roadshow kitchen this morning, we're welcoming Atria Aquidneck Place. Steve Runshaw is our chef of the day, and we're making our salmon crostini.
Yes, it's exciting.
Yes, it is. It's thrilling and exciting.
Certainly. Tell me about the scene right now at the Atria Aquidneck Place. Are the folks all gathered around? And
They're probably all at the television having just finished breakfast.
Yeah.
Going, why isn't he here?
I know. We need our lunch to get ready
how did
here.
they eat this morning without you?
Well, we have great staff. The
Okay.
staff is incredible.
You said you have a luau planned for
A
today,
luau.
huh?
We're having a luau. We're having a Hawaiian-themed.
Nice.
I have some slow roasted smoked pork, some tilapia that has a pineapple salsa.
How do I get to
Tell you what, that's not
Atria
too far
Aquidneck
from where I
Place?
live.
I know.
I might
No,
veer off and join you.
we get to do a lot of fun things at Atria, and the powers that be tell us we want the food to be just like it would be in a restaurant.
Absolutely.
This is a fine dining
it's a way
restaurant.
To do it. All right. So let's get that salmon going.
We're going to sear our salmon. Turn this up a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay.
What did you put in the pan? Did I miss
The
that
pan
part?
is just some clarified butter.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So salt and pepper on
Salt and pepper on the fish.
Flour side down.
Flour side down first.
Yep.
Then when you get a good sear, and again, like I said earlier about the good things in salmon, the good oils.
Yeah.
You sear them in, and that way it's better for you heart health-wise and
Absolutely.
everything else.
I love salmon. Now, we just a couple of minutes on each side to cook
Yes.
it, and then we're actually taking it in the oven, right?
Well, we're going to finish it in the oven, but we're just going to get a good sear on them.
Okay.
And this dish, I actually did this dish at, when I used to work. It was called seared salmon Maria Renata.
Oh, okay.
To give it a little
lady's name.
You
Throw
got to
it in
put.
there.
You have to put names
you
on.
zhuzhed it up
All
there.
right.
Pretty good there, Steve. Now, when you, on a typical day when you're cooking salmon for the folks there at the Atria Aquidneck Place, I mean, how many are you cooking? It's a lot.
We feed 60 to 70 to 80 people for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All right.
There's 2 seatings, and we try to do it like they say in restaurant terms, a la minute. We don't do banquet service. We don't do steam table.
Oh.
We try to do it
Like they're at a restaurant.
Yeah, like they're at a
That's
restaurant.
great. Well, let's
And-
pull that salmon out of the oven and see how that's
Okay,
looking.
well, I'm going to turn this
You're gonna
over.
Turn it over first, okay. Oh, yeah, you get a nice sear going on there. All right.
And like I said, we're going to put it in the oven. And through the miracle of television,
It's all done. Voila.
it's ready.
Look at that. Finished product. Okay.
We had 4, now we have 3, but that's okay.
One disappeared on the way to the
It
oven.
was amazing.
All right.
And the watercress mayonnaise is watercress mayonnaise. This is a bunch of watercress
Yep.
and about 3 cups of mayonnaise.
Okay.
And this is a standard served with poached salmon. And on Bellevue Avenue, it's known as green sauce.
Okay.
But green sauce has such a horrible connotation.
I know, right?
Right, yeah.
I like that
Watercress
better,
mayonnaise
watercress.
sounds a little bit better. And we're going to put our salmon, and since there are a few of us here, we're going to put all 3 pieces.
Okay.
And then the pea greens
Ooh, look
are
at
a
that.
great little garnish They taste like peas. They're from snow peas, and it's early summer, late spring is when they taste the best. And they're kind of a cross between spinach and peas.
They're good.
Now the watercress has a tart taste to it, a peppery taste.
Yeah.
So it all balances out. And then you have, of course, the Beaumont seasoning and the crostini.
Can I try that Beaumont seasoning on here?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
It's there.
It's good.
And it's like, what is this?
It's yummy.
And then when you marry them.
And you eat them all together?
And you eat them all together.
Perfect. All right.
Awesome. Thank
We're
you.
going to get snacking. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's get eating that salmon now.
I am.
Speaking of fishing, I said the same thing yesterday, but Michelle, it is an absolutely gorgeous day for folks that are going out to do that, or out on the water, or to the beach, pool, right?
Yeah, nice day for it. The only thing you have to watch out for is a late day thunderstorm. Top weather headline, the humidity is not nearly as oppressive as it was yesterday, and it's going to be even more delightful to be out and about tomorrow. Top weather, second headline here is the thunderstorm, possible late in the day. I'm thinking after 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon through the evening hours. And then we've got a dry stretch that's going to begin tomorrow and last into the upcoming weekend. So the view from City Cam, still looking at that beautiful morning. As we head into our future cast, shows that shower thunderstorm threat for the afternoon and early evening hours. This may be a little bit overdone, but I do like how it has it over southeastern New England for Rhode Island, southeastern Mass, because I do think that we're in that area that has a pretty decent shot today of seeing at least a passing shower or storm. Later on this evening and tonight, the humidity really starts to tumble, and the temperatures will be more comfortable too for sleeping overnight. We should be down into the low 60s by tomorrow morning, and then we're going to have a day full of sunshine for your Thursday, and a high only in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. South Coast for today, mid 80s for a high. It's another warm day, but again, the humidity is not overly high. 88 in Hope Valley, 87 in Coventry. Northwest suburbs, you'll see a thunderstorm likely in the late afternoon. 86 in Burrillville, 87 Johnston, and Cumberland at about 86. And the highs will be in the middle 80s, places like Middletown and Little Compton. I'm thinking upper 80s for Seekonk, Fall River, and New Bedford, a high today of about 86 degrees. On the bay, here's that future cast for Pat, looking to do a little fishing. North-northwest winds 5 to 15 knots. High tide was at 7 in the morning, low tide at around noon today. And at the beach, late day shower or thunderstorm about 84 for your air temperature. 7-day future cast. So we've got that thunderstorm today, followed by a storm-free stretch Thursday all the way into at least Monday afternoon. I think by Monday night we may see a thunderstorm, and notice that by early next week the temperatures are back up to near 90. Back to you.
All right, still ahead on the Road Show. We're going to check back in with those web poll results. Kids at dinner, certain restaurants, I don't know.
Keep them or leave them.
We'll be right back. Check back in with today's web poll results.
So during our heated buzz online and maybe on the set, we were talking about how a Pennsylvania restaurant owner has told his customers children under 6 years old no longer allowed to dine there. So we said, what do you think about children being banned from businesses or places? 81% of you feel more places should be child-free. So they do not have a problem with it.
All right, back over to you.
Sometimes I'm with you, sometimes I'm not. On the ban thing.
Gotcha.
We'll see. All right. Anyway, coming up tomorrow on the Road Show, are you planning your summer getaway? I am. How to pack smart and light. You really can fit everything you need in just one bag, and we're going to show you how to do that.
Plus, they'll be worth more than 1,000 words. Tips from a pro on improving your summer snapshots.
Very cool. Cool pictures there. I'm looking forward to that segment. Anyway, thanks for joining us on the Road Show on Fox Providence today.
For more information on anything you've seen here on the show, just head to our website, foxprovidence.com.
We'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day.